So today, we have a Cerycose. This is a 5-inch cordless, brushless. Uses the Makita batteries, 18 volt circular saw. Now I've been dying to get this. I got this out of Amazon. Now the thing about the Makita-like products is they are super affordable, super inexpensive, and something that I can put in my budget that won't break me. Now, I've been dying to get this. I'm going to open it up today so everybody can see it, and we're going to try it out, and we're going to see how long it takes to set up and the whole shebang today. This is going to be one of those all-in-one, all-inclusive reviews. All right. So what do we have? We have, so we got 2 blades. That's the 5-inch wood blade, and it's got the carbide tips right there. And we got a 5-inch, this is a tile blade, and it'll also cut some metals and PVC and stuff like that. And this will too. This won't cut metal, unless it's like very fine aluminum. But this is basically a tile saw and a wood saw. All right, so we got 2 blades. We have, now the batteries do not come with this. This is tool only, and that's how you save so much money. So and you have the book, and it tells you all the do's and don'ts. It tells you about this set of gloves. Got the set. Always got to have a set of gloves. Now, we have the T, this is for cutting straight lines. Oop. Safety glasses. Have to have the safety glasses, and guess what? They're blue. They match. Matching safety glasses. And we have 1 tool. We have 2 tools. And box is empty. Okay, so we'll set that down, and that's just padding. Let's see what we have in here now. Ooh, this is nice. Now, for the price, I can't believe they could sell this. There's just no way. But okay, now this has got a nice base to it. Gives you a nice flat surface. So when you have a flat surface like that, and it also has a measuring device up here, but flat surfaces mean straight lines. It's not too heavy, but it's got some weight to it. Yeah, this is nice. Now this is by Cerycose. Now this has an adjustment here. Okay. It hasn't been used yet. Let's get... There we go. Everything's new. It's got the new... So it's got the adjuster here. So you can do your depth. Yeah, everything's new and tight. What else? It's got... to where, yeah, everything is tight. There we go. So it's got your 45 angle here. Oop, yeah. So, yeah, like I said, everything is just really nice and tight. Which is good. You don't want nothing all cheesy and cheap. Now, this does not feel cheap. Now, it's the Milwaukee blue, just like I like. Now, let's pull off one of these, and let's see how all this operates here. So, now, I'm not going to speed it up. This is just real time. We're going to kick back, and we're going to have some fun. So, it gives you the path of travel. Let's see. Now on the side here, this is how you take off everything. Now usually you'll have a little button, but they've bypassed the button. So now you're gonna loosen it up from here. If I can get this on here, there we go. So you just loosen up this nut, and it's backwards threaded, by the way. That comes off. Here, let's move some of this stuff. That comes off, and that just comes off. Now, this just slides in, like so. That goes back on. Oop, backwards thread. I always forget backwards thread. And what's cool about this is it gives you the way of travel right here. Oop. Right here it tells you the way of travel, so you'll know which way the blade spins. Then you put this back on here, like so. This is hard to do when you're trying to show somebody. And then reverse thread. And there, it is set up. Now, oh, okay. So this has, now this is a cool feature. I didn't even know this one existed. So this is how you're gonna normally operate when you're cutting stuff. This is gonna be down. But you know how when you have to go in halfway and you're trying to make a cut that's inside the board? This is super cool. I didn't even know this even had this. You push this forward, and that holds your guard. So your guard gets held up, your safety guard. So when you're going down and cutting into a piece of wood, you don't have to sit there and fight that stupid guard. And when you're ready to use it, you click it off, done. Now this, see, the only note I had to write down on this was that this will work up to 6,000 RPM. And it says a cutting depth of 1 1/8 inches, which, let's check this real quick, because it looks deeper, but I could be wrong. Now, let's see. Now this shows, okay, it says cutting depth of 1.5 inches, but this, let's see if I can let you see it. This shows just a hair over 1.5 inches. So we're gonna check it out, see if it will do an actual 1.5 inches. So that is another good thing. It's deeper than I thought. Well, actually, let's see how far this is all the way down. Cool. So let me set something. Well, first, let's see. Okay. So it's got the safety button here. See, this is nice. Okay, so it's got the trigger here, and then you can put it on so it stays on without holding the trigger. Nice break on this. See, this has more than I thought it would have, so I'm impressed that way. It's got more. So we are gonna try it out. Let's push everything to the side over here, and let's see how this bad boy cuts, because that's what I'm waiting for. So I'm gonna make a mess, so I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna set this up. So I already have nasty looking wood. I think I've had this for a while. All right, let's try this out. So this is just an average 2x4. And this is what I'll probably cut the most, is just average 2x4s, and then plywood and stuff like that. But if it can cut through a 2x4, it ain't gonna be no big deal cutting through a piece of plywood. So let me just cut a little bit at a time. But you can, with the battery, it's got a good balance. And tools with a good balance, It won't make your arm as tired. So let's see if So it cuts right at 1.5 inches, like right at. So you can still use it for framing. You can use it for the 2x4s. And look at that cut. Well, don't look at this. It's right there at the bottom. But that's a nice smooth cut. It didn't even hesitate one bit. Let's do it one more time. Now, here I'll tell you a fun fact here in a second. Yeah, it cuts right at 1.5 inches. So I think we can adjust this to cut just a little bit deeper. But this is the widest stuff I'm going to ever cut. So, but it cuts that line. It cuts nice and smooth. All right, now that I've made a big mess on my table, like a huge mess, let's get this off the table and on me. All right, anyways, a fun fact on saws. Okay, now there is a difference in saws. This is a right-handed saw. And what it means by a right-handed saw is when it's in your right hand, you can see the blade. So it makes it a right-handed saw. A lot of places sell a left-handed saw, but they don't tell you. They don't tell you about the right and the left. And this way is when you're cutting it, you can see the blade, you can see the line. You make really good cuts. Now, if you're left-handed, you can't see the blade or the cut. But the right-handed, now this is why I got this too, because I'm right-handed. And in the big box stores, there's a lot of cordless stuff that's left-handed, but they don't tell you, and it's really awkward, and it's really hard to cut. So make sure if you're left-handed or you're right-handed, you're getting the right saw. Whichever is your dominant hand, you want to be able to hold it in your dominant hand and see the blade. Because that means, for me, it's a right-handed saw. Now, if it was the other way around and I was holding in this hand and I could see the blade, it'd be a left-handed saw. That's a fun fact for you. Anyways, nice saw. I'm surprised. I am very glad I got this. I was kind of hesitating, thinking, you know what, it's probably a super cheap saw. But no, it cut better than I ever thought. It's got good weight to it. It's got a very sturdy box that houses everything. The trigger's nice and smooth. It's got a locking mechanism. 45 degrees, 25 degrees. It has a little chart up here. You can slide the T in and out if you're doing just a bunch of thin cuts. You got your tiles. This is like the all-around kit. And I'm a Makita guy, so I always have my Makita batteries. So it's a good addition because I don't have to buy batteries. Anyways, that's the Cerycose saw. And that's what I got. And I will see you guys next time.